Let's move on to various types of costs in the short run. In the short run, we can talk about costs in three senses. One is total cost, one is average cost, and one is marginal cost. So let us discuss in detail the concept of total cost. The amount of money spent on the production of different levels of a good is called total cost. Professor Dooley has given his own definition. According to him, total cost of production is the sum of all expenditure incurred in producing a given volume of output. Now, as we are talking about the short run costs, and I have already told you that in the short run, costs can be fixed also and variable. So, TC will be comprising of both fixed and variable costs, or we can say that total cost is equal to total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Now, what is a total fixed cost? Total fixed cost is the cost of fixed factors of production, which do not change with change in output. They can never be zero. These include expenditure on rent, depreciation, salary of the staff, license fee, etc. And these are also called as supplementary costs. We have just discussed it before also. Now, the table below and the diagram clearly shows you the shape of the TFC curve, that is, it is parallel to the x-axis, and even when the quantity supplied is zero, total fixed costs do exist and they remain same for any level of output. Now, we move on to total variable cost. Total variable cost is the cost of variable factor of production. These costs vary with change in production. When production falls to zero, TVC also becomes zero. These include expenditure on electricity, raw material, etc., and these are also called as prime costs. Now you can see the table and the diagram, which clearly shows the shape of the total variable cost curve. When quantity is zero, TVC will be zero, and as the output increases, TVC also increases. But since, depending upon the rate of change of TVC, its shape will be inverted S. उल्टे S के जैसी इसकी shape है, and it will begin from origin, correct? Now let's move on to the relationship between fixed costs and variable costs and put them in the form of a diagram. The diagram, which you can see clearly on the slide, shows the relationship between fixed cost and variable cost and total cost. It is just a summation. Your total cost is only a summation of fixed cost and variable costs. It's a vertical summation. So shape of TVC and TC will be just similar, but the only difference will be that while your TVC starts from 0 or from the point of origin, your TC will start from y-axis because we have already added in it the total fixed cost. TFC would remain horizontal and parallel to x-axis. TVC and TC are upward sloping because both of them will increase as costs increase with increase in output. And the difference between total variable and total cost will be your total fixed cost. Now let's move on to the detailed study of average cost. Average means per unit. So average cost is the per unit cost of a good, and it can be calculated as total cost divided by quantity. It also has two parts, average fixed cost and average variable cost. Average fixed cost, dear students, is simply calculated as total fixed cost divided by quantity. But since total fixed cost is fixed and quantity is increasing, its shape will be very peculiar. It will be a rectangular hyperbola, as you can see in the diagram on the slide. And a rectangular hyperbola means a curve where if you try to calculate the elasticity at all the points, it will be equal to 1. Now, AVC, average variable cost, on the other hand, is calculated by dividing total variable cost by quantity. So, total variable cost is changing and so is quantity. So its shape will be that first it will decline and then it will sharply rise. Now we have to see the relationship between AVC, AFC and AC. AVC means average variable cost, AFC means average fixed cost, and average cost. Average cost is a summation of AFC and AVC. Initially, both AFC and AVC are falling, so AC will also fall. But then AFC continues to fall, whereas AVC rises very sharply, and so AC will start rising. And AC will take a shape of U. Now, a very important question is that why is AC U-shaped? Let us check out the reasons for that. First reason is that AC has been formed with AFC and AVC. And I have just explained it to you that initially both fall, so AC also falls, but in the later stages, AFC continues to fall, but AVC rises so sharply that it pulls the AC curve up, and that's why AC curve takes the U shape. Second point is that of economies and diseconomies. As production is increased, all the firms enjoy certain advantages. These are called economies. These advantages make their costs go down. So AC will fall, but after some time, these very advantages, dear students, are converted into disadvantages, and because of them, the costs starts rising. These are called diseconomies, and AC rises, so that is why initial fall and then the rise of AC will make it look like a U shape. Then third point is law of variable proportion. You have just studied law of variable proportion, and you know that initially there are increasing returns, then later on there are decreasing returns. Increasing returns simply imply which costs? Yes, diminishing costs. So AC tends to fall originally, and then decreasing returns imply increasing costs. So later on AC will rise, thereby giving it its U shape. Another important thing in this context is that why, as you can see in the diagram, the relationship between AC, AVC and AFC, why the gap between AC and AVC decreases as output increases. This is quite important from examination point of view also. So please note, as output increases, your fixed cost does not change, so AFC will continue to fall. As AFC continues to fall, AVC and AC will get closer. But AFC will never be zero, so AC and AVC will always be apart, and they will never be equal because there will be always a difference in them due to the presence of AFC. Now moving further, let's talk about marginal cost. Marginal means change or addition made to total cost by producing one more unit of a commodity. Marginal costs are also U-shaped, and there are no parts for marginal cost because marginal cost just implies change in total cost due to production of one more unit of the commodity. One thing more I would like to tell, that the shape U shape of the marginal cost is due to two reasons. One is variable proportion and the other is presence of economies and diseconomies. The same which we just explained in the case of AC can be applied here. According to law of variable proportion, first there are increasing returns which imply decreasing costs, and later on there are decreasing returns which imply increasing costs. So this gives MC its U shape, and presence of initial economies make it fall down, and then presence of diseconomies make it rise up. So this also gives it its U shape. One important thing that should be noted by all of you is that MC means change, and change occurs only in variable. Fixed won't change, fixed costs won't change, and that is why MC is only variable cost in the short run. Now, what is the relationship between AC, MC and AVC? Let's just summarize it in the form of following points and see it in the diagram also simultaneously. We all know that when AC falls, MC falls more rapidly. When AC rises, MC rises more rapidly, and AC cuts MC at its lowest point. And it is not only that MC cuts AC at its lowest point, but MC even cuts AVC at its lowest point. So we can summarize the relationship as following. MC cuts AVC and AC both at their lowest point. In the beginning, all fall. AC falls, MC falls, AVC falls. But AC is greater than AVC and AVC is greater than MC. And in the second stage, all rise. But MC is greater than AC and AC is greater than AVC. AFC can never be zero, and the vertical distance between AVC and AC gradually diminishes, which I have already explained it to you before. So I think now the various costs and their relationship is getting a bit clear to you. Now let's just summarize the relationship between AC and MC one more time. AC falls, MC falls more rapidly. AC rises, MC rises more rapidly. AC cuts MC at its lowest point, and when AC is constant, MC is equal to AC, and both of them are U-shape. The same can be seen in the diagram. Dear students, with regard to AC, MC, AFC, AVC, we can be asked to solve certain numerical problems in the exam also. So let's familiarize ourselves with a few of them. In the given chart, quantity has been provided to you, fixed cost has been provided to you, and total cost is also provided to you. You have to calculate total variable cost, average fixed cost, average variable cost, and marginal cost. TC and FC, that is fixed cost, is given. So when we subtract fixed cost from TC, we can easily calculate variable cost. 350 minus 100 would be 250, 450 minus 100 would be 350, 610 minus 100 would be 510, 820 minus 100 would be 720. Now, how to calculate average fixed cost? We are very much familiar with the formula of average fixed cost, that it is equal to total fixed cost divided by quantity. So we'll divide 100 by 1, 100 by 2, 100 by 3, 100 by 4 for various levels, and we can easily calculate the average fixed cost. Then to calculate average variable cost, we will divide the variable cost which we have just calculated by dividing it by quantity. So TVC divided by quantity will give us AVC. Then we have to calculate marginal cost. Marginal cost's formula is, yes, that's correct, TCN minus TCN minus 1. So 450 minus 350, 610 minus 450, and 820 minus 610. So it was one of the easiest numerical problems which you just solved. Now let's move on to a little complicated one. What should be a firm's fixed cost when AVC is rupees 50 per unit, total cost is rupees 500, and firm's production is only 2 units? You have to find out the value of total fixed cost. Take a look at the question once again. First of all, just note down what all things are given to you and then focus on what you have to calculate. We have been provided with AVC, and we very well know that if we multiply AVC with quantity, we can get TVC. So we will multiply 50 with 2 and we can get TVC. Then total cost is also being provided to us, and if I subtract total variable cost which we just calculated from total cost, what will be left? Yes, it will be total fixed cost. So this is how we will find out the value of total fixed cost in this problem. TVC is equal to AVC into Q, that is 50 into 2 would be 100, 100 is TVC, TC has been given as 500, 500 minus 100 is equal to 400. So this will be the variable total fixed cost which we were looking for. Now take a look at the third problem. Here quantity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is given to you. Marginal cost is also given to you. You have to calculate total variable cost and average variable cost. Now, can you just think of how would you solve this problem? Friends, I have just told you that marginal cost is only variable cost. There is no element of fixed cost in it. So for the first unit, MC will be equal to TC. MC is 20, so TVC will also be 20. Now, in the second unit, MC is 16, but for 2 units, TVC will be first unit ka 20 plus second unit ka 16, that is 36. And for third unit, it will be 20 plus 16 plus 18. And for fourth unit, it will be summation of all the 4, and for the 5th unit it will be addition of all the 5 MCs, and for 6th unit it will be adding up all the MCs given. So this is how we calculate TVC. And when we divide this TVC by quantity, what do we get? Average variable cost. So this was a little complicated, but if you take note of this fact that when you have to calculate TVC with given MC, first for the first unit of the output, the both would remain same, and for every successive unit you just have to add up the MCs. Your problem can be solved very easily.